So now what we want to do is we want to select this cube. First things first, with this one, the high poly one, we just want to go over here and press apply. That's just gonna help for future references. And then we want to press that. So that I don't know if you'll be able to see that. Just press the little eye thing next to cube.001 and just name this, if you press over this cube, and then you can change the name here, ax high poly. And then we want to go here, ax low poly. Now we want to, okay, whoops, poly. And then now we want to just make sure that the ax high poly, you can't see it on that by pressing the I. So now we can't see it anywhere. So what we want to do is, if we click on this and then press A, don't mind me, I have a really dry throat, excuse me. Okay, I got a drink. So how do we want to do this? Because now we're on to UV unwrapping. Now this will probably scare a lot of people. They probably like heard of the horror stories of UV unwrapping. I'll just quickly remove that because it I've always hated it, doing it, because I don't even understand how modelers can stand it. Is really annoying sometimes, because I still don't understand the concept of how it like really. I understand how it works, I just don't understand, you know, I just don't know really how to work it, but I'm gonna try. So one thing that we want to do is we're gonna mark seams. What does that mean? Well, if you think of a seam in stitching, like if you're sewing and everything, a seam is sort of something that connects another layer. Like it connects two things, but let me think of a way to explain this. It connects two pieces of fabric, but there's still like a line in between it, so like it can be a completely different color, if you know what I mean. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. I'm horrible for UV unwrapping. This is not going to be a UV unwrapping tutorial. I think if I can just, I might be able to do this. So if you just see like 4 or 3 lines up here in the top right hand corner where my mouse is, if you click on that and drag it to the left, you'll pull out this other view, and it's exactly identical to the one you have over to the left. But what you want to do with this is, because this isn't of use right now, we want to go down here where we see a white cube with 2 up and down arrows on the right of it, and then go UV image editor, that's like right there, and then press that. So now that we're on this, you probably don't even know what this is. It's just sort of, so what UV unwrapping does is it's sort of like telling coordinates to go on an object for an image, if that makes sense. So if like I went and grabbed this face and then pressed U and went unwrap, if I had like a texture, I'd tell that to be like, yeah, display everything there over this cube. I'm horrible for explaining, I'm really sorry. You might want to look up other tutorials or something for the UV unwrapping part of this tutorial, but all I'm going to do right now, I don't know if this is going to work or not, is completely select all the vertices and then press U and go Smart UV Project. Okay, hopefully this will work. What we want to do is just select all these vertices, Control L, G, Z, G, Y, and then S, Y. Just want to make them bigger, so that's helpful. It just, I don't know why that squeezed them in like that though. Wait, is if I just Control L that. Oh yeah, by the way, Control L if you like say select a vertice, what Control L does is it selects everything connected to that vertice. So oh, that's problematic. So yeah, that's helpful if you just like want to get this part, but you know, not this one. This part of the object, the metal part, you want to like just get the wooden part. You can like select a vertice and be like Control L. You have the whole thing selected. So yeah, we have all this selected now. We have it all on a square image. You probably don't even know like what this is, and I suggest looking it up. I can't really explain it. I'm sorry, horrible tutorial, but I'm just teaching the basics, and this is definitely not basic. So what we want to go do is go new, and what we want to name it is normal map axe, whatever you want to name it. Yeah, we'll keep it 1024 by 1024, and that's all you need to do. Just press OK. So we have that, and what we want to do is now if we just tab out, we need to be able to see this. We want to select this high poly. You'll see the high poly there. We want to select that one, make sure it's selected. So you just go like that and then bring this one up and then select the other. Pretty sure this is how it's going to work, or it's the other way. We want to change this to normals, selected to active. So this is under the scene thing. It's a camera here, so if you just scroll down you should see bake. Just make that, you know, so that you can see everything. Go bake mode and choose normals, and then selected to active. We just want to make the margin about 2, just so it looks better. Actually we'll make it 5, and then we just bake. So it looks pretty dodgy, and that's where the things of seams help. So if you see that line doesn't really work and that other line, what we want to do is just, didn't make any sense whatsoever, I'm sorry. Control L H. I think I just marked a seam along everything. Nope, I opened up Google Chrome. Nice. What we want to do is just select all of this. Let me just think. Move that. Move that. All that. And that. I just selected this edge thing, the edge select, and I'm just, if you press B and then hold shift, you can, and drag over it, you can remove things. I forgot to mention that. It's bad of me. I probably shouldn't be making a tutorial. I do well. Use will survive, maybe. I'm sorry. And now that we have all of that selected, I'm just trying to think, is that how I want it? Mark seam. Yeah, I'll do that. Control E and then go mark seam. And then select these ones down here, apart from those two. And then Control E, mark seam again. We want to do that for here. So if you hold shift and then alt and then right click on a line, an edge, you'll get like a bunch. You most likely get the whole thing selected. It's sort of like how Control L works, but just sort of a bunch of vertices connected. I don't know how to explain it. And then Control E, mark seam. Do the same on the other side. Control E, mark seam. And have all them selected. Control E, clear seam. Do the other side as well, and Control E, mark seam. Yeah. So now if we do the same thing again, press Alt H so that you can get this back. And now that we have that, and if we press U, Smart UV Project, you should see a different UV image appear. Now we tab out of that, and then have that select it, and then we go back again. Okay, now as you can see, it looks much better, just the way that they're connected. That not so much, but that will not be affected much. Hold on, actually, I'm just gonna select all these, Control L, G, Z, G, Y, S, Y. And perfect. I think that's all. Yep. And then bake again. Okay, that looks much better. Hopefully this will work. So if you hover over the image and then press F3, you'll be able to save it somewhere. So I'm just going to save this to my desktop because that's just the easier place, just easy to find where everything is. And then now that we've done that, what we want to do is go over to the low poly, hide the high poly, select this weird looking thing. You'll probably be able to see that. If you can't and you have like slow internet, it's like a circle divided by 4, and like 2 sides of them are black and then 2 sides red, if that makes sense. Turn down specularity all the way, go over to this checkerboard like thing, press new, image or movie, open, go to desktop, for me, my desktop, wherever you saved your image. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to sort of have it so that it projects this sort of normal map to make this look smooth. So what normal maps are, I figured out a way to explain this, is it's sort of okay, I haven't figured out a way. It tricks the shading to make it look like that the vertices aren't that sharp. Like you can see how sharp it is and how these the shading works, but it sort of tricks the shading so that it looks smooth. Like the reason this is so sharp and everything is because of the shading, and it just sort of messes around with the shading. So that's how normal maps work. So if we go to image sampling, tick normal map, go to mapping and select UV map, like under map, and then we want to untick color and tick geometry normal. Go over to bump mapping, method, best quality, and I think that's everything. Yep, it's everything. Okay, so now if we just sort of get a light somewhere, just move this light. You should have this light in here by default. Just press N when you're on the camera. If you press 0, you go to the camera, and press N, lock camera to view, so now you can move the camera around as you would with the normal way you would move. Sort of perfect. I press F12 and it should render. So now as you can see, it looks a lot smoother. But what's the problem here? If you can see, there's things glitching out. Why is that? Well, because although I can't see the high poly version in this view, just hold on, I'll get rid of this if you drag this over. Although I can't see the high poly in this view, the camera still renders it, and the way you can get rid of it rendering it is by pressing the camera button, like, well, not the camera button, the camera next to the eye. And now if I were to render, I should see it. And now that is the low poly model that you are seeing, and you can actually see that is a lot smoother and looks a lot better than this. Although if you look down the end there, it's a bit messed up because of how I messed the thing up before, but that's fine. That generally wasn't even going to be there in the first place, and that's completely optional to you. So yeah, that looks 20 times better than the thing that we see here. I don't even know what to call it. It's just this whole model, everything here. I'm sorry, these aren't my best models. I'm just doing a quick tutorial. So now what we want to do is we want to tick these back so we can see them both. Select the high poly, select the low poly. Now what we want to do is, if we just pull this over again, go UV image, delete this, so just press the X here, and then you should be back to here. And then what you want to do is, instead of normals, you want to make it ambient occlusion. So if you go over to world, tick ambient occlusion, it's this world looking button up here, and just keep the factor at 1, and keep the selected to active, because we want to make it so that it renders the way the ambient occlusion works is off the high poly rather than the low poly. Ambient occlusion, by the way, is just sort of surrounding light, and it's just a sort of light for everything, and it's just sort of how shadows, the way we're gonna bake it is it's just gonna show fully white is where everything's in the light, and when it goes into like the grays and everything is when it starts to be like a shadow, and makes it look smoother when you create textures. I'm horrible at explaining, I'm really sorry. So anyways, we're gonna bake that. Oh, okay. Oh, right, I accidentally select the high poly. So if you select the high poly, and then select the low poly up here by holding shift, select the high poly. I keep forgetting to mention some things, I'm sorry about that. Hopefully you do get the general idea, and then bake. So now you can see the black bits, those are shadows, everything in a shadow, and everything. So it looks pretty damn nice, not really. And what we want to do now is save it again by pressing F3, go to desktop, and instead of normal map axe, we'll just call this ambient, AO bake axe, and then save as image. So if we just save this model, I forgot to mention that, please save every second. I'm surprised I haven't saved already. You want to make sure you keep on saving, because I think Blender has incorporated it now, but if you accidentally close it, if you accidentally press Alt F4 or anything, it does not save it, and you can sometimes get it back by going back to the menu. It has like a sort of auto save, but sometimes that is not there, so please save like every 2 minutes. So just pressing Control S will like bring up this menu and you can save it, and then once you've saved it to a place, if you just keep pressing Control S, it will automatically save it. And yeah, so anyways, we want to name this axe whatever, sorry, taken axe 1 2 3 4 untitled, random letters, save Blender file. Okay, so now that you've got that, what we want to do is just sort of, okay, now we're on to the texturing part of things. So if you're like, oh, I don't want to do texturing, leave now. I'm kidding. This is really simple how you texture. So what you want to do, see this, okay, so I'm gonna put another link in the description. It's to GIMP. GIMP is a free open source, I don't know what to call it, a free photo manipulation program, whatever, and it's really helpful. So if you open up GIMP, and if it's a PNG image that you have, you cannot right click and open edit with GIMP, so you just like got open GIMP up first and then drag it in. So as you can see, we have it accidentally have it twice. Remove layer, delete layer, delete layer. So we have this in GIMP now. GIMP is practically Photoshop, but free, and in some cases better, in some cases worse. If you have Photoshop, you can use that as long as you understand what I'm talking about, but I recommend using GIMP because I don't know if this works the same way on Photoshop. So what we want to do, now go to Google. I accidentally opened up Google. You know that one? Yeah, Google. And we want to find a wood texture, seamless, because seamless is always helpful. So whatever you would say that resembles this sort of wood, you can see that there. If you see something that resembles it, so you think, oh yeah, this resembles it, or something like that, I'm gonna go with this. Just use it, view image. Always, if you're on Google Images, just in case you don't know this, never go here and then save image, because that is the lower quality version. Like, they have saved lower quality versions specifically for viewing in Google Images, so you always go view image and then you can get the high quality version. Save image. Actually, I'll use that one, but you get the idea. So what we want to do is go open, no wait, open as layers, go to your downloads, so users, my name, your name, whatever, seamless light wood, and select it. If it's a really small picture like this one is here, you want to sort of duplicate them. So one thing is, if you'll probably see these yellow lines, yellow and black lines surrounding it. It's sort of the boundaries to how the layer works. So what you want to do is you want to right click on this layer and then layer to image size. So what you want to do is select every white by pressing this tool. It's like looks like a torch in a way. Wait, hold on, just let me zoom out. And then select the white, and then no, what am I thinking? You want to go layer, transparency, color to alpha. Never mind, I'm sorry. Some reason this doesn't have add alpha channel. There we go. Now we can do it if we just go add alpha channel and then layer to image size. So I don't know exactly how to do this. Actually, the easy way, I always take the hard way, but you want to just sort of duplicate these so that they end up seamless, if you know what I mean. Just like make 4 of them in a line, make sure they're all lined up like that one is, and then sort of just Control D, whoops, nope, Shift D, I forgot which one it is, but Control C, Control V, just do that one, the easy way. Accidentally, whoops. So if you just move that to the corner here, and then Control V. Okay, so now that we made 4, we don't want to continue like using the same block each time, so we can't be like how I had the square before and just keep doing that. There's an easy way where we just go like that. Use this torch tool so that you can, if you hold control and then like click on transparency, unhide that, and then you can just sort of have it so that selects everything that is of not transparency, if that makes sense. So now if I just do that and then sort of do the same thing as I was with the smaller images, Control V. In fact, actually do the exact same thing and just sort of rinse and repeat. So now that we've got this large image, whoops, Control A, and then select the transparency, Control C, Control V, make sure it is lined up, Control V, and just keep dragging down. I think I just lost where it was because I'm an idiot. Ah, well, it'll still look pretty seamless anyways. It was there, wasn't it? We'll find out. Yep. Okay. Control C, Control V. And nearly done. I think, wait, actually, I think that's exactly the same size. I don't quite know. I'm just zooming in by clicking there. And then if you have Control and then click, you can just zoom out. I go Control V again. Nearly got it. Okay, how big is this thing? That's what she said. What? I didn't say that. Okay. Okay, now that we got all that, what we want to do is just select all of this almost exactly. And then what we want to do, make sure you are on this one, by the way. You gotta click on the layer, otherwise you'll be doing it to this layer. And just what do I want to do? Right. Layer, new layer. Whoops, no. Edit. Cut. Edit. Paste as new layer. I forgot how to do this. I haven't been using GIMP too often. No, that didn't work. If we just go layer to new layer, pretty sure. Just hold on 1 minute. Sorry. Yeah, it looks like we just have to do the thing that I did before. I forgot how to use GIMP. I haven't used it too. Wow. Oops, I accidentally did two new image. That's not what you want to do, so don't do that. Go edit, paste as new layer, and we're just gonna move this layer so that it's like I'm sorry, I've kind of screwed this up. I haven't. Does that work? Does it work? Yeah, it does. Awesome. Now we just want to make this layer to image size, and then just make this above. Just make this if it will work. If right, because I have something selected, that's why it won't. No, you don't want to move down a little bit. It's because you're not visible. What the hell? I can't move these things. What? I swear you could beforehand. Well, anyways, we'll just go. What we want to do is we're going to press this and then go multiply. Yep, multiply. And now you have this wooden texture showing on the axe handle sort of thing. And that's practically that done, except for those black parts, but it doesn't really matter about them because those are hidden, you can't really see them. So what we want to do is just, if you can move this, just move. Is there a way to do this automatically? What, manually? I want to move this down so that I can merge down, because I don't want to do it with this one. because I don't want that to be how it is, wooden, because that's supposed to be metal. So I'm really sorry. Just hold on 1 minute. Okay, I figure out how much of an idiot I am. I didn't see these buttons down here, and you can just like sort of move them around. So that's how you do that. And then because they can see that, so now all I want to do is merge down. Now that bit's done, we now want to find a metal texture. So if we go here, metal. It doesn't have to be seamless actually, so we'll just go metal texture. It's just that one needed to be because we didn't want like that being the whole handle texture. So whatever you think looks nice and rugged, sort of like the axe if that you see in this, I believe this looks pretty similar, so I'm just gonna go with this. You can get this one as well. I'll just wait, notepad, just so I can put these in the description later. Yeah, that one's kind of lost. You should be able to find. Yeah, anyways, so did I save this? No. Just save that into there, and then what you want to do is open as layers and find where it is there. Now you just want to use this button, and if we just zoom on out, we can just scale layer. Now we'll just scale the whole image, and then press this so that it links it, so that when that's not linked, you can just move this freely however you want. You can make this like very skinny on the Z axis or Y axis, whichever one you want to refer to. Whoops, I accidentally removed it. But it's really helpful when you have this, because we sort of want to keep this in the same shape that it is right now. So now we'll just move this there. Perfect. Okay, now if we just actually sort of just sort of move it however you prefer. It's completely up to you, really. Kind of want to move this all the way above, and then want to make this one so that mode is multiply. And that's perfect. That's practically done. And now if we just merge down, then merge down, we do have a tiny little mistake here that you can probably see. That's fine, I don't really need to worry about that, but if that does bother you, you probably should fix that up if you want. But you might not even have that problem. That's just me, because when I selected there, I kind of missed that bit. Anyway, so that's our texture done. So if we just go over here, overwrite AO bake, close that, discard changes because we already have the image now. Close that, keep that, close that, and save on this because, you know, just in case we didn't save before. I don't know if we did or not. Now what we want to do is go over here, back to the images, go to the checkerboard like thing. Wait. What? I didn't over. Okay, thank you. I thought I accidentally overwrit my normal map. Okay, so we open up the desktop AO bake, and all we need to do is just go UV map, and we're practically done. Yeah, if we just go F12, we'll I forgot to hide the high poly, and we'll see that is our axe done practically. I just want to turn something off, turn off ambient occlusion because it does kind of look messed up. sometimes. And that's axe done, finished. You can like maybe put a logo on there if you want, like if I had that picture still open, you saw. So that's our axe. Hopefully this was easy for you, hopefully you understood. I may have to edit a few bits and just make sure you understand them. I'm super sorry if you didn't. Just type in the comments, I most likely will respond. And yeah, so anyway guys, thanks so much for watching, and maybe this one will get 1,000 views. I'm kidding, I don't want to get my hopes up. But yeah, thank you so much for the other views. And yeah, if you want to see more tutorials like this, more in-depth tutorials, and where I'll actually decide to learn how to explain everything, such as normal maps and everything. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and as always, I'll catch you guys next time. I don't know why I said as always, but yeah, I'll catch you guys next time.